Welcome to this published author's interview. My name is Kenneth Muyingo, and with me I have a special guest that I will be interviewing. First, I just want to mention, if you watch this interview and you would like to write a book yourself to become an author, there is a link with this interview. Click on the link to join the group, become an author, and write your first book to connect with like-minded people who are doing the same. And with that said, I would like to get into the interview by asking my guest to say hello to you and to introduce herself to you.
Hi, Kenneth. Hello, everyone. I am Humaira Nasim. I'm originally from Pakistan. It's been a while here in Middle East. I'm based in Dubai, living with my husband and 2 kids. So I'm a master NLP coach, and as a coach, I love interacting with people, helping them transform their lives, turning their pains into pleasure. I've recently published my book, Rediscover, which is all about your inner journey, inner peace, your personal transformation. It's on self-enrichment, basically. I love traveling. I'm a nature lover at heart, and that's the most from where I take my inspiration from. So it's a long journey, but in a nutshell, I would describe myself as a passionate learner, someone who believes in continuous evolution, for sure.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Humaira. This is wonderful. And tell us about your book, Rediscover, right?
Yeah, Rediscover.
Tell us about your book, Rediscover, and the vision that you have for this book.
The book is basically the life experience, my own personal life experiences that are what reflections and what lessons that I got from them. And it's basically breaking the shackles that we think that we are caged in, and the societal conditioning, the norms and the traditions, and we don't tend to question ourselves and connect with the true self and the true purpose that we are created for. So this book will help a person who is on a similar journey, and would help him accelerate his pace. Anyone who's committed to personal excellence.
Wow, amazing. I think this is an essential topic considering the time and the season of life that we are in as the human race. It's sort of, the world has gone in sort of like a reset mode, and it's going to take some unique skills coming out of the human spirit for us to rise above the occasion. And I think this is a very timely message that you are sharing in Rediscover. Tell us, what inspired you to write this book?
As I said, it was my personal journey towards truth, towards finding out the purpose of life. So this was the main inspiration, and writing was one thing that was my since childhood. I used to journal my thoughts and ideas. So writing had been my primary medium of expression. So I had this dream of writing a book, but I had just postponed it towards my retirement age, where I am free from my responsibilities, until one day I attended an author workshop, which reignited my passion, and then I decided not to delay it further and just take action and do it.
Wow, this is exciting. So you attended an author workshop, and the inspiration, the spark was there, and you said, I'm going to take action on this. It's not waiting until I retire.
Exactly.
It's when I think about, you said you're a master NLP coach, and and you are helping people discover their inner strength and to find out what's stopping them from being who they are supposed to be in a way. And I'm thinking, how did you choose the topic for the book? Because when we think about life in general, it's a broad aspect. We could talk about money, we could talk about relationships, we could talk about whatever it is. How did you choose the topic for Rediscover?
I think my curiosity was one thing that led me towards this path, because there were two questions in my life that always bugged me, and I was on this quest to find the answer. And they were like, why we do what we do, and why we feel the way we do. So I used to search the answers to these questions, that why I'm operating a certain way, why I'm feeling a certain way, and how about what's behind that. So I used to ask myself, find inspiration, ask other people, but obviously these were very uncomfortable questions, so not
Exactly.
everyone was willing to answer it. And
Uh-huh.
some people might say that it's something you mundane. It's not something worth giving time to, so you should not waste your time doing it. But as it was my personal quest, it was my purpose. So later I took journey into spirituality, and I took a journey into my inner self. And it was from where I started thinking on those lines, and then finally came up with the book on rediscovery.
Wow,
So
I see.
this was
And
this was the main motivation, or the main inspiration that I had.
then,
Plus,
so it's
I would say that I always was interested in human psychology. Having a background in IT, I was first exposed to human brain by studying the central processing unit of a computer. So, which made me think that the inspiration of the CPU of a computer comes from the human brain. So I studied the human brain, and I was totally fascinated, and I was in awe, like, what's this? And that was itself a discovery. So these things, these were my inspiration to further research on these topics, and then write my thoughts on it.
I see. Wow. And you mentioned that you have been writing ever since you were young.
Yeah.
So when you think about writing, this is something that most people struggle with in a way. They say, yeah, it's I want to write, but I don't know how to get around it. Do you consider yourself as a naturally talented writer, or is writing a skill that you feel has developed over time?
I think writing always it naturally flows for me, because I'm doing it since childhood, and it was the primary medium of expression for me. So it just comes naturally to me. Like, you would say that uh, I used to journal my thoughts, but they were private, private conversations with myself. But then when I started writing blog, and when people started resonating with my thoughts, it was then I realized that it's giving value to people. So there should
Yeah,
be some structure to it. There should be. So I formulated. My ideas in the form of a book that could make a difference. That could help people who are on the similar quest.
indeed. Wow. And when you look back on your journey, what would you
Yeah.
tell me is the one thing that has happened to you personally that has had the greatest impact on you writing? Because
Um, what I would
sometimes people
say
go through things.
what I would say is, it's not one thing that had impacted my writing. There are many things. I'm basically an HSP, a highly sensitive person. So my perceptions and my perspectives, they always had a deeper connection, a deeper meaning. Even if I see something as ordinary as, like, yesterday I was sitting in my garden and I saw an orange insect on the grass. It was a dragonfly. So one thing is that I would admire the beauty and just move on with life. But how I operate is I would go deeper. Why is it created? Why is it here? What's the purpose? Then I started researching. Okay, so the dragonflies are there. They eat the mosquitoes, and recently we have been bugged a lot by by the mosquitoes. So
Yeah,
this is how I operate, and
yeah,
these are, this is, and I'm thankful to my for this gifted sensitivity that I have, which has helped
yeah.
me in the art of writing. So there are many things that, which together they are they have the biggest impact on my book.
I think it's very powerful that you know yourself that way, because then it sort of like frees you from a lot of unnecessary baggage. Like if you want to know something, you just know, okay, this is who I am. I just have to know why is it like this, and then you can, wow.
True that this life is not easy, though. It's hard, but
Yeah,
yeah, I'm thankful for it, for being that created that way.
indeed. Wow, thank
And
you
the
so
sooner
much.
you realize, the sooner the farther you can go.
Most definitely. Um, so are you currently working on any other projects besides Rediscover, as far as book writing is concerned, most especially?
um, my interest is in coaching, so I do coaching workshops and one-to-one coaching. And regarding the book writing thing, there are thoughts and ideas in my mind, but the next magic is yet to happen on paper. So yeah, because writing is something I'm very passionate about, so I'm not gonna give it up, for sure.
Very nice. And you mentioned that you are into group coaching and one-on-one coaching. How can people connect with you? If someone is watching this interview and they would like to get some more information about your coaching program, how can they connect with you? And
Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah. So
hello, you there?
yeah, and your voice got stuck in the middle. Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that. So the question I was asking is,
Mm-hmm.
how can people connect with you? If somebody is watching this interview
Mm-hmm.
and they would like to connect with you and get more information about your coaching program, how can they connect with you?
They can visit my website. It's www.humairanasim.com. I'm also on social media, so they can connect me on my YouTube channel or my Facebook or Insta handle. I would love to connect with like-minded people, or anyone who is looking for coaching.
Very nice. We'll put those links with the interview so that people can access them to connect with you. And the other question is, where can people buy your book, Rediscover?
Yeah, the book is available internationally in different bookstores, including Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and Booktopia. Many other online bookstores. You can get it either in paperback, or you can get a Kindle version as well, the ebook. So
Very nice.
it's available online. It's easily
All right.
available.
We will put the links with the interview as well so that people can access the book. And I just want to, this was really wonderful. Thank you so much for making time for the interview. I really enjoyed it. And is there anything that you would like to mention that I was not able to address in the questions that I prepared for you before we end this interview?
I think you have covered pretty much everything. There are two things that I would like to mention. Firstly, is that one should always listen to their heart and follow their passion. Because you may be afraid of failure, or you may be afraid of taking risks, but if you are not going to follow your passion, it's gonna haunt you. It's gonna haunt you throughout your life. So better to listen to your heart and follow your passion. Secondly, the recent projects that I'm working on, and the reason for them is to make a difference on a wider scale. I think we should work on cultivating the minds of children, because they are the future generation. So, and the kind of values that we want to nurture them with, especially in today's time when there's a lot of social injustice, a lot of prejudice, racism, things that should not be part of, that we don't want to be carried forward by the future generation. So it's something that we need to cultivate the mind of children, and uh, and working on the family unit, for example,
Most
the emotional health of the mothers, it's very important. Then for men, their emotions, they should get a medium of expression. For example, there's a lot of anger issues amongst men. So these, I'm working on this so as to make a difference at a larger scale. And that's what I would like to give the message to my audience, that this is something that is the primary the core, it's the core of everything, and we should work together on this.
Wow, thank you so much, Humaira. This was wonderful. I'm so glad that we were able to do this.
That's my pleasure, Kenneth.
Wow.